I hope you're having a great day and I hope you're staying safe at home. Today I want to check in with you to see if you have this amazing leaf in your diet plan, in your regime every single day. I'm talking about the Tulsi leaf. I'm talking about the Tulsi plant, also known as holy basil. There are many, many different species of Tulsi. Now, when we look back in our own country in India, there's a lot of spiritual connection between Tulsi and certain religions in our country. In fact, a lot of homes have a Tulsi plant right outside their home because there are certain religious beliefs. But over that fact, there are tons and tons of health benefits that it has. And I've spoken about this before, but I'm speaking about it again because the more and more science that has come out from the consumption, the benefits of consuming Tulsi leaves or Tulsi drops or whatever it is. You can chew the leaves, you can boil the leaves into a tea. Some people make extractions and you take Tulsi drops and put them in your water. It's phenomenal. You know what interests me? Anytime pharmaceutical industries start collecting more and more certain leaves, we know they're on something big. Because pharmaceutical industries do a lot of research and development. They do a lot of scientific studies on every ingredient that they put into a pill. Every pill that you may be taking for your diabetes, your heart disease, whatever it is, has a little bit of nature in it. We should know that. Most of the pills, most of the medication that we take for flus and bacteria and pathogens, a lot of them have nature in them. So when we find that Tulsi leaves are being ordered by pharmaceuticals in tons and tons, we know that there's something good in them. So what if we could consume them on our own? I'm not here to say it will replace your medication, but like I said, our elders and our ancestors had way more wisdom than we have today. But today we take that wisdom, but we wait for science to come and tell us it's okay to consume. All right? No one's telling you that take Tulsi and your cancer will go. No one's telling you take Tulsi and your diabetes will go. But if you consume Tulsi and you change your lifestyle and you do the right things for your condition, there is no reason why your doctor will not want to stop your medication after a while because your levels are getting better and better. So let's start off with Tulsi. The most beautiful finding of this is, and that's why Tulsi can be consumed by almost everyone. Of course, if you have an allergy, all of that stuff, that's my disclaimer. But Tulsi can be consumed by almost everyone. The number one powerful point that makes me want to put this in everyone's plan, and we have now hundreds and thousands of patients who consume Tulsi, and when we see the changes that come, like when I see a child consuming Tulsi or an adult who has had chronic allergies or chronic colds and postnasal dripping of the nose, and we realize all of a sudden after consuming Tulsi, making lifestyle changes, their doctors say they no longer need their medication, we know that Tulsi is powerful. We're not going to make it the go-to drug, but it is something that you can have. Number one, it protects your organs and your tissues from oxidative stress, from chemical stress, from the impact of pollution, from heavy metals. Things that gets into all of our systems today because of the air that we breathe, the food that we eat, and the water that we drink. We are mainly sick today, or we are slow or unable to lose weight, or we're hitting Parkinson's and Alzheimer's and cognitive brain disorders because we are not healthy inside. Our tissues are dying every single day because of chemical stress, heavy metals, oxidative stress, and pollution. So the first step of human health is not getting a better trainer, is not getting a better coach or a dietitian or a better doctor. It is how can I keep my tissues and my organs free from the attack of all of this oxidative stress that happens. And Tulsi is showing us today scientifically the ability. That's why detox companies around the world, detox camps around the world will put you on Tulsi. That is the basis of it. One of the bases of Ayurveda is Tulsi and all their treatments because it's not a hidden fact. We know today in Ayurveda, Tulsi is called the queen of herbs. We know it is called the mother medicine of nature, which means it does the fundamental. You can pop all the green juices in the world, you can take all the allopathy in the world, but if your body is unclean, if your body has toxins in it, nothing is going to work. You may just suppress the symptom, but you're going to have a big problem. So when it comes to protecting your organs and your tissues, that's why today even scientifically, consuming Tulsi when you have cancer, when you're going through chemotherapy, when you're going through radiation, treatments that destroy your tissues, that destroy and put chemical stress on your tissues, Tulsi is turning out to be that wonder wonder, gift from nature that we can use with a lot of other things. When it comes to your memory, when it comes to your cognitive health, when it comes to Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, dementia, Tulsi today is playing a huge role in that. It's also been classified as a potent adaptogen. Adaptogens are things that can help us with our stress levels. You know, stress creates chemical stress on all of your organs and your tissues, and that's how we know that stress kills you eventually. Stress causes inflammation that destroys you or brings on lifestyle diseases or even changes in your genetic expression. Anything that can turn off a good gene and turn on a bad gene can cause you the most deadliest disease in the world. Today, the healthcare system looks at genes and says, oh, we don't know what to do. Well, there's a lot that you can do. Just because medicine doesn't have anything, there is so much more that you can do to change your genetic expression by changing your lifestyle. When it comes to depression, because it's an adaptogen, and number one, a lot of doctors around the world today, a lot of people are using Tulsi and Tulsi drops to even treat depression. Does this mean it's going to replace your counselor or your medication? Absolutely not. But can it make you better? Absolutely yes. It is highly antimicrobial, which is again why the pharmaceuticals chase this. So you can find Tulsi in a lot of your mainstream medication. You'll find it in hand sanitizers, you'll find it in mouthwashes, you'll find it in water purifiers because it is highly antimicrobial, highly antibacterial, which means it can kill bacteria, pathogens in our system. We spoke about it being an adaptogen. When it comes to your skin and your complexion, consuming Tulsi every day. So in rural India and in India, it was a habit for women to consume Tulsi leaves 30 days before their marriage for their complexion, for their skin, for acne and all of that stuff. You can consume it. You can make a paste of Tulsi leaves. That's why you look at the cosmetic company. A lot of the cosmetics you use also have Tulsi in because it's great for you to ingest and it's great for a external application as well. So you can't go wrong with Tulsi when it comes to acne, pimples, blackheads, whiteheads, poor skin, pigmentation in the skin, poor complexion, dull skin. All right? Anxiety, we spoke about it because it's an adaptogen. If you have a lot of stress in your life, you should be consuming Tulsi in your daily routine. Coughs and fever. In the olden days, Tulsi drops were given to babies or adults who had constant coughing, or you had even fever. It can help you to break a fever the right way. It is also used in the treatment of malaria, diarrhea, indigestion, arthritis, because it is highly anti-inflammatory. So to reduce the pain, you can either ingest it or you take Tulsi leaves, you make a pulp, and then they put it on your skin and they wrap a bandage around this. This is still done in India to relieve your arthritic pain. It is also great for acidity. Now, how do you consume Tulsi? Again, there are many species of Tulsi. It is very easy to buy a Tulsi plant and keep it on your kitchen windowsill or every sill in your house and your balcony, and it grows. You just pluck out a few leaves, wash it well. You can chew it. If you don't like chewing it, you can boil about 5 to 10 of them in water and make a tea out of them. A beautiful tea that I like is Tulsi leaves boiled, add a little bit of cinnamon, add a little bit of cardamom, and it's a beautiful, relaxing tea. When you are stressed out, you want to try a Tulsi cinnamon tea because it works as an adaptogen. It helps you feel calm almost immediately. My favorite part of the research and science that is coming to us about a month ago, and we've been reviewing this and checking on this, is its amazing effectiveness in pancreatic cancer and most cancers. Am I saying it's going to take away your pancreatic cancers? No, but we know today that pancreatic cancers are dangerous. They are taking away human lives. They hit you within 5 to 6 months, 3 years, 5 years, you're gone if you don't do it the right way. Well, Tulsi is showing very, very promising, very treatments, your diet, your lifestyle changes, because it is showing impact in reducing tumor sizes, in reducing metastatic cancers, especially when it comes to breast and pancreatic cancers. So again, please use your wisdom. You will go around the world and people will tell you not to have these things when you have cancer. Make an informed decision. Always ask your doctors a question. Hey, can you guarantee me the medication that you're giving me? Can you tell me about the side effects that you're giving me? So if you're going to tell me not to have turmeric, you're telling me not to have ginger, you're telling me not to have Tulsi when I'm sick, can you tell me the side effects of that? Right? Ask the right questions to your doctors. Please understand, a lot of people are dying every day because they have only relied on allopathy. I don't have a problem with allopathy. Doctors in my team will prescribe you allopathy, but with a change in your lifestyle and your diet and using things the right way. If there's any nutritionist tomorrow who claims that, hey, come have this tulsi, come have this fruit, it will take away your disease, don't believe them because it doesn't exist. But if someone tells you that, hey, if you upgrade your diet, if you eat according to your disease, if you eat according to your medication and the side effects, guess what? You are going to get better. So please ask the right questions. A lot of people from India go to the West to get treated, and the doctors over there, most of them will tell you, don't have turmeric, don't have this. We don't have the research. Who cares if you don't have the research? You only have the research that you want, which is your medicine. And then ask the questions about your treatment. Can you sit me down, doctor, and tell me every drug that you've written out for me, what are the side effects? Okay, ask that question to your doctors. Okay, still take the medication because your doctor's right to give it to you. But when they're trying to tell you to move away from nature, without giving you any explanation, okay, you decide the path that you want to be on. Okay, there are also a lot of stupid people who do not take medical treatments that they should, and they only think by eating herbs and twigs and leaves they're going to be fine, and they're not fine. That's why it's called integrative medicine. Take the best of allopathy, Ayurveda, naturopathy, whatever it is, the best that suits the disease that you have, that suits the symptom that you have. That is what is right for you. That is what is right for you. You need to understand that when you are getting treated, do you want to be treated as a number or a statistic, or do you want to be treated as a human being? To be treated as a human being, you are unique and you are different. So if you're taking the mainstream medication that millions of people are taking, that's why only 1 or 2 or 10 or 15 or 100 get results. The rest of them don't. Because you need to be treated for who you are, for your acid levels, for your liver, your kidney, everything together. So you can get the best doctors in the world, but do not discount the fact that if you are only on allopathy, you are not getting better. Maybe your symptoms are getting better. Your symptoms on paper being better doesn't mean you're not sick. You are still sick if you need your symptoms to be suppressed by a laundry list of medicine. So explore Tulsi. Okay, your ancestors ate it every single day. There are many people who hide behind science and all of that stuff. If you are that person, keep hiding. And there are many people who understand and ask the right logical questions. Hey, if people ate this before and they had less disease than we have today, what should I be doing? Don't be the person who hides behind mainstream science. Science is great for us. Use it. But ask the right questions and make the right decision. Get Tulsi into your diet. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. A lot of culinary dishes also contain that. Tulsi is holy basil. So you like your Thai basil rice, or you like your pestos and all of that stuff. That's good for you because it's got fresh basil in it. It's got fresh Tulsi in. So figure out ways to add this to your diet. The right way, with the right mindset, you cannot go wrong. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.